You good?
You are live.
Okay, we'll call the Rockbridge County Board of Supervisors Budget Adoption Meeting to order for Monday, May 1st. Take a quick roll call. Mr. Lyons? Here. Ms. Ayers?
Yes.
Mr. Day?
Here.
And Mr. McDaniel's here. Mr. Lewis is not present currently. Couple quick comments. First of all, I'd like to thank the Finance Committee, Mr. Lewis and Mr. Lyons for their help, and I'd like to thank the entire board for all the comments and the meetings and all that we went through for the budget. I'd like to thank Mr. Suter, Ms. Harrison, and the rest of the county staff. It's always a difficult job, but we always seem to navigate our way through it. So and it's because of the people working on it. So thank you to everyone for that. As usual, we're always faced with difficult decisions. Whether you only got two options, either you increase revenue or you cut expenses. And I think we've always done a good job of trying to be adequate for the county, but at the same time, cognizant of our constituents and their ability to pay. So I think we've done a good job, and doesn't mean we never know what next year holds. If that's, but we'll tackle that when we get there. So, is there any other comments from the board members? Mr. Suter, you got any comments you'd like to make?
No, just presentation with the CIP to start with.
Go ahead.
I just want to point out on the agenda reports, I bifurcated them, so you have one for the CIP and one for the budget.
Yeah, we've handed out a new one. They were basically the same thing.
It's the same information. Just
Yep.
made them two separate.
So starting with the first one, the draft FY 24 through 28 CIP update. The draft capital improvement plan was first presented to the board in December of last year. It was subsequently provisionally adopted by the board on January the 9th in your organizational meeting. Your package also includes the Rockbridge County Public Schools CIP, which was adopted by the school board on October 11th, 2022. The only change since January was the addition of $15,000 for replacement of the roof at the Virginia Department of Health building on White Street in Lexington. And we had previously notified the board that we were going to be adding that. And again, nothing else has changed. So an adoption resolution is included in your package for consideration. Be happy to try to answer any questions.
Any questions about the CIP? Any discussion, comments? If not, is there a motion to adopt? So moved. And a second? Mr. Lyons? Yes. Mr. Day?
Yes.
Ms. Ayers?
Yes.
And chair votes yes as well. Next up, we have the FY 24 budget.
As with any annual budget, this process began last fall with budget calls to all departments and external agencies. After receiving those budgets, and I'd like to point out that I appreciate the hard work that almost everybody put into developing those budgets and the good justifications that they provided. So after internal staff reviews, the draft budget was presented to the Finance Committee, and we also appreciate the work that Supervisors Lewis and Lyons put into this process. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize the work of Ashton Harrison, our Finance Director. This is his first full budget with the county. He came in on the tail end last year, and he's streamlined us and keeps me straight with numbers. So I really do appreciate that, and also all his staff. So in early February, with presentation of requests by external agencies, we started with those, and since then, this will be our 8th budget meeting of the full board. The most recent was the budget public hearing held last Monday after being duly advertised. It was held last Monday, April 24th. The board heard only one comment from Mr. Steve Reese, chair of the Fire and Rescue Association. As noted in your board report, the FY 23 general fund budget is $56,753,561. Fund 372, the construction fund budget is $227,928.
Shouldn't that be FY 24?
They are correct there, yeah. FY 24, sorry. I stole this from last year. Okay, the capital purchases budget, 376 is $690,006. And the ARPA fund budget is $4,208,895. The advertised tax rate, 61 cents per 100 on real estate. Same thing for mobile homes. Machinery and tools is unchanged at $2.55. Personal property tax for vehicles, essentially vehicles per section 58-13506 Code of Virginia is $425 per $100 of assessed valuation. Property other than vehicles and mobile homes, personal property is still $450 per 100. And the Commonwealth's personal property tax relief is set in this budget at 35%. And again, an adoption resolution is included in your package for consideration. And again, in addition to Finance Committee, thank you, the full board, for everything that you've done in this budget.
Any discussion from the board members? Any comments, questions, concerns? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve? So move. Second.
I'll second.
Mr. Lyons?
Yes.
Ms. Ayers?
Yes.
Mr. Day?
Yes.
And Chair votes yes as well. Is there anything else you have for us tonight?
I do not.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Moved.
Second? Second. All right, Ms. Ayers?
Yes.
Mr. Lyons?
Yes.
Mr. Day?
Yes.
And Chair votes yes as well. Thank everyone for attending.
Thank you.
Thank you.